And welcome back, everyone, to After Page. It's that time of the week again. I'm Mitch, that's Joe, Mitch692, halftime Joe on Twitter. And of course, thanks to all the Patreons on screen right now. Um, I'm really tired at the minute.
He is.
No, really fucking tired. And I got a belly full of fish and chips and it's really greasy, so
Of course, since I'm in the U.S., it's nothing but Thanksgiving leftovers.
Speaking of 6 a.m., right? Fucking playing a new Pokemon game. Came out last week. And you had that new Rockcraft that evolves.
Yeah.
And it evolves at a certain time. Game Freak are bastards. Because they tell you when you get it, it evolves between 5 p.m. and 5:59 p.m.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do it between that time. I'm like, why is it not evolving? What am I doing wrong here? It then occurs to me, I have Moon. And Moon is 12 hours different to Sun.
Oh, yeah.
So 5 p.m. in game time is 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you fucks. Why can't you specify that?
I
So
forgot
I've
about
got
that.
like level 40 Rockcraft, and it's like, can we sort this out, please? Can you just evolve? I don't want to use you.
I definitely forgot about that aspect to the game.
Yeah, it's a cute little thing. Oh, you got Moon, it's at night, yeah. And when it's the night, you're in day, yeah. Okay, game for it. I get it. But it's a
Yeah?
good game. They definitely made it better this time. But we've got some interesting topics this week.
I would say so.
And the first
We got some
is
good topics.
yeah, I think the first one's quite a good one to be honest. It's very out of nowhere, and that's 2 weeks running that Marvel has had an out of nowhere news. That's kind of had people go like, "Wait, what? Like, what's happened?" But that is Axel Alonso has gone as editor in chief at Marvel, and he's to be replaced by C.B. Cebulski, if that's how you pronounce his name.
I don't necessarily know his work. I think you said you do more.
Right. All I like, if you don't necessarily know what he's written, you'll recognize what he's done. He was responsible for the Runaways,
Huh?
which people love, and he was also responsible for getting Hickman to Marvel.
Ooh, that's the best thing he's probably done, to be honest.
He's also been doing a lot of like overseas branding for the company,
Yeah.
especially in Asia. He was a big part in the Marvel Mangaverse. Like that or hate that, he was a big part in it.
Mm,
Yeah, he's been at Marvel for years, and
yeah.
like he got Sarah Pichelli in there to do like the Miles Morales books. He got like tons of people. You just Google his name, and it's just kind of like, oh shit, he's actually done like a lot of the things people like about Marvel. He's responsible for. So
I was letting Mitch know before the show that there's on the article that we look at, there's a picture of him with a pint glass, just like cheers. I'm the new editor in chief over at Marvel Comics. Cheers, like
he's a proper lad.
yeah,
He's a lad.
exactly. So I mean, just going off the picture alone, I think we're in good hands. I think Marvel's in good hands.
I mean, yeah, like it's clearly been mandated that Alonso's out because
Yeah,
you haven't heard from Alonso. You don't know what he's doing or where he's going, so it wasn't his choice to go. He was fine.
definitely been a while, right? That he
Um,
said
well, he's been
something.
there since he started this decade. He hasn't been there that long.
No, but I
Well,
mean, like, been a
he's been
while since
there.
we heard anything from
Oh,
him.
well, since you heard from him, it was New York Comic Con.
Yeah, it felt like a while
Like,
though.
he goes to every con and talks about every big thing.
Yeah.
Like he even literally tweeted out the
Oh,
Hulk
yeah.
turn thing for Surrender.
Well, he also tweeted out. Oh, he tweeted out the save the date, like who's getting married.
Yeah, yeah. Like he was still active up until literally this news came out, so it was a quick thing.
Dang.
But it's I think it's a course correction. Maybe not course correction's the wrong word. A lot of people will say that, but it's a change in direction that I think they need. Not necessarily like for the whole like legacy characters. I think like there's nothing wrong with that. I think they just need like a fresher take. Like this guy apparently is a massive fan. Like if you looked on Twitter the day this news came out, like there was no creator saying a bad word from any side. It's just like, oh, CB, I love that guy. CB got me here. CB got me here. CB got me here.
Yeah.
And it's like, No, they're also like saying like praise for Alonso as well. And it's just like hmm. I've liked some of the stuff that's happened under Alonso. I haven't liked some of the stuff that's happened under Alonso, but that's everyone.
Yeah,
So no change is bad change. So
I agree. I have nothing really to say. Just like cool. Like let's. Here's hoping there's some fresher takes at Marvel Comics in a sense of like, I don't know, maybe we'll see different stuff than we would have.
yeah, I think like the biggest thing is they need like a unified direction, like a bit of a rebirth sort of destination to head towards. It's
Yeah.
like, well, yes, they do have the legacy. Like, what's everything else doing? Like, it kind of didn't really feel as well thought out in that sense, but we'll see how it comes. It's exciting times. Maybe.
Agree.
No, if it's bad, it's bad. If it's good, it's good.
I guess we'll see right soon.
Yeah, we will. But I think that's all.
Yeah, like I said, I don't have too much to say. I don't know too much about his work.
But he's mainly an editor, I think, really. But
Okay.
an editor and like the talent scout. Like, he's written some, but that's I believe the majority of what he's done, like getting Hickman and Bocelli and other people.
Yeah.
But moving on to some very bizarre, which I'm not a massive fan of. I find it very lazy, and it's the same problem I have with Miles Morales. DC is going to debut Bizarro Boy for old little John.
Really unoriginal, to say the least.
It's just like, oh, let's give Miles Morales as Peter Parker villain. It's like, no.
And it's like, you could have just made up a new villain. Like, even with the first arc, it was a Mazo kid type of thing. So it's like there's already a villain. Like, why can't there be a new villain that's just on its own?
So if you're just going to repeat the stories his dad's done, what's the point in the character at all? There isn't one. You've already read all the stories. It's just going to be a you version of it, but
I'm not really that excited about this. I still love the concept of Super Sons.
I haven't seen anyone who's kind of like, yay, Bizarro Boy. It's just like, well, why Bizarro Boy? It's like, but if you look at the design, it's like, do you get it? His jeans are fine, but his shirt's ripped. Whereas,
I even noticed that.
Just like, come on now, like, we get it. He's a river.
This is gonna be in the Superman comic in 2018, for early 2018, and Bizarro Boy is gonna appear, and Superman's gonna have to like maybe Bizarro makes return. Because where is Bizarro? I mean, he's chilling with.
He's right here.
No, I mean that's Bizarro Boy, but I think he's still chilling with the Dark Trinity. I haven't kept up with that one.
Not like I don't see anyone ever talk about Bizarro anymore.
I always found that funny of when people thought it was Bizarro that Mr. Oz was holding captive, and it's like, well, I mean, he was kind of like with Red Hood.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a different Bizarro from a different Earth, but still, like.
I mean, it might have been like, when did the Dark Trinity thing take place?
Yeah,
like,
that too.
Going at the same time as that, like, comics are weird.
I'm not really looking forward to this. It's kind of really unoriginal, and it's kind of like, come on, man.
It's just there, and it's. I agree. It's like,
well,
I would ask, what were you thinking? But clearly, you weren't thinking much.
At least I have Metal Doomsday Clock to hold me over for Superman, because like I'm not really feeling this arc for Superman in his comic.
No, especially for Superman, like it seems people have kind of. What's the word? It's kind of like the reactions to it have gone from being like resoundingly positive to a bit more of a mixed reaction to everything.
To me, it's mostly because it just doesn't matter anymore. And that's what I've always said about, like, you gotta make your comics matter, especially the top tier ones like a Superman, a Batman, and all that. And it just has to matter. And a lot of times it doesn't feel like that. And it doesn't help that throughout this whole run of Superman, there's been multiple times where just a random, like, one shot with different writers, like, and they moved around to different stuff. And I didn't like that Deathstroke arc. And it's like, they had it going on for a while, and then they kind of like wane off, and they've dipped a bit. But it's like,
but then again, like that is a problem like you could necessarily say it's a problem like with Doomsday Clock, where that's coming out monthly and it is going to be a year. Like, has that affected how the Superman book has told its story?
Maybe.
But it's kind of like, right, we need to have like the Oz stuff wrapped up before like Doomsday Clock comes out. Then what'd you do?
I mean, I thought you were gonna say, isn't that a problem with comics in general, where they
Well, sure, like you can apply it to most things, like most issues in the story arcs. But it's like, is that the cause of it? It's kind of like, well, we can't do the next important thing because this issue hasn't come out yet, so we have to just pad and like give you fluff for 6 months.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe.
is that what's happening?
Maybe, I don't know, but I really don't want to talk too much about this. It's just like, oh, it's like, what a disappointment.
Yeah, it's there. But my next one is Marvel announces Countdown to Infinity, which people are saying is an event. I don't think it's gonna be, because
Countdown.
like they need to come out and specify what this is, because in the solicits it's written by Jerry Dugan and it's Aaron Kuder on the art who did the Silver Surfer stuff. But they were on the Guardians issues, and Guardians 150 and 151 have been pulled. But they were going, no, it's not cancelled. Something will be announced soon. This gets announced. So have they just retitled Countdown to Infinity? Like, is it just the Guardians book?
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
As that book was the one dealing with all the Infinity Stones.
What point? I don't remember. But in Legacy, did they have a moment with something with the Infinity Stones? I don't remember. Oh, Wolverine found one, didn't he?
Yeah, Loki was looking for one because Loki's at the center of
that's what it was.
Dugan's arc. Wolverine comes out with the space. I believe the space one because it's bright blue.
Yeah.
That Gamora notices that a stone's been found, and that brings him to Earth looking for it.
Okay, just making sure because I like the big thing I remember about Legacy was how I love BC Avengers, and that should have been a thing. But also,
it's gonna be a thing. Don't you worry.
Yeah, hopefully. But yeah,
well, hopefully we know because Aaron said he's writing right now.
You're right. So yeah, I mean, this just being a Guardians thing could make sense, but like, I don't know.
So I imagine it's the Guardians version of No Surrender. Maybe not a week. It's just like we're gonna roll in like Uncanny Avengers, USA Avengers, and rename it as Avengers No Surrender. But this is just taking the Guardians book and calling it Countdown to. I think it's called Countdown to Infinity. Adam Warlock.
Yeah, I feel like I saw that. I swear I saw that somewhere.
Yeah, I've seen that name.
Yeah, me
I
too.
believe that's the official solicitation for it, because that was what the Guardians 150 and 51 were supposed to do. And like Jerry Dugan was like, oh yeah, we got this thing. Like, you'll find out soon enough. And then this kind of came out of nowhere. But they nowhere did they ever say that the Guardians book is becoming this.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of obvious it has to be becoming this because it's the same story and it's the same creative team.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I really just love this. Whether it's this, the Apocalypse, like Thanos Darkseid stories. I don't know. I just really like them. I really love those type of stuff. And even though some people are like, oh no, I'm excited for Infinity Stones.
I'm excited. I'm excited for it. If it's just purely the series that Dugan is building up to, and it's not actually a big event,
yeah,
then fine. Like, because they haven't. I don't think they've actually called it an event. I think it's other people calling it.
Yeah, I think everybody else is calling it an event, and it's To be fair, we might have tweeted that out. But
admittedly, when I first saw it, I was like, "What the fuck, Marvel? This is an event."
Yeah, same here.
Like, what happened to 18 months of no events? And it's kind of like they never call it an event.
Well, they did say, Dugan did say it's not a Thanos story yet, so it's gonna be mostly about them. Like,
I mean, yeah, like, I don't think it. I can't see it becoming a Thanos story.
Yeah.
I mean, like
eventually you have to because it's the Infinity Stones, but I think.
But do you have to though? That's the thing.
I don't know that he says that. So he says, but if the stones are being gathered, I would think that he would have something to say about it. At the moment, Thanos is ongoing, collaborating on a really great stories with Thanos and the Chitauri. But I haven't forgotten about Thanos. But right now, I'm interested in telling some stone stories before I get to Thanos.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
I mean, that's fair enough. And like, we now know where 3 of the stones are, and they happened to spoil one before the fucking issue came out that revealed where the third one is.
Oh yeah.
So thanks. It's like, oh look, here's Star-Lord with his stone. We knew he had that one because that was the issue from last week, which we now know is the Power Stone. Wolverine had the Space Stone. We knew that from Legacy. And it's like, why is Captain Marvel there holding a Reality Stone? Oh look, 2 days later, her book comes out revealing that there's an Infinity Stone in there. Yeah. It's like, thanks. Like, you couldn't have waited 2 days to release it. It's just like, oh, whatever. You know, you have a habit of spoiling things. It's fine. So it's interesting that it's those 3. Like, it's 2 cosmic plays. Then there's fucking Wolverine in his wife beater and his little cowboy hat. So okay, that's fine. But I'd be interested to see how this plays out because it seems, to me anyway, it seems that Dugan's gone, fuck the idea of the Infinity Stones only work in one universe. They work in all universes because the Reality Stone that Carol's gonna get is from a different universe.
Yeah.
Currently not in our one.
I mean, we definitely should kind of mention like that somehow Wolverine is gonna be a part of this. Like he's somehow gonna end up with them.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Legacy showed Gamora noticing that a stone has been activated or something like that. Yeah. So I imagine at some point between now and this starting that Dugan would address that. But...
yeah, I mean, especially with what Marvel wants to do on how they're bringing Wolverine back.
Yeah, which, speaking of how we're going to bring Wolverine back, you can find out in the back pages, or as they like to call them, the after credit scenes, of certain comics starting in, when does it start? In February?
But it's been almost, I'm looking at it right now.
So I haven't actually got the article open.
I have the article open, but I'm looking. It says, when and where will Wolverine show up again? So, okay, wait.
So I'm certain they tell you when. It's got to be around the time this comes out.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to still look, but that's kind of weird in a sense.
It's a weird thing, but at the same time, I think it's quite genius. Because it's very much if you want to find out about Wolverine, buy this book. It's like, you want to know where Logan is next, buy this book. And you have to buy this one, and you have to buy this one. And it makes you read certain books to actually, if you don't read Guardians, he's no doubt going to be in the back of Guardians. So you pick up Guardians, or someone who wasn't reading it before likes Guardians, and then you got that.
So it says, starting this January, find them in post-credit scenes at the end of key Marvel titles. But the key Marvel titles are Captain America 697, yep. The Mighty Thor 703, and Amazing Spider-Man 794. So that...
don't they say and more? More to I'm certain there was that, because it won't
and more. Probably more, but I mean, those are the 3 that are said right now.
What is in the original article I saw it, I'm certain it had and more.
Probably and more.
I doubt it would just be those 3.
Yeah, I mean, there probably is more.
But it sounds like a sales gimmick, but like announcing it as part of those 3 is kind of like, well, those they sell quite a lot. So it's not like they're giving it to books that need a boost initially.
Yeah, it's in key Marvel titles, so it's kind of just people are gonna be reading those anyways.
Yeah.
It reminds me of what in New 52 Justice League, where Jeff Johns and Gary Frank, they wrote the origin story for Shazam in the kind of back pages of Justice League, where it had like 5 pages or something like that for probably like 6, 7 issues or 8 issues, 10 issues. I forgot how long. It was really long, but it would do that, and then it would continuously tell the story or the origin. And then eventually there was a hardcover version, but yeah, so they did it in the main book because people would be reading that anyways.
Yeah.
And it was just the origin too. It was just a hardcover. Like, it wasn't like ongoing or nothing. It was just there's reintroduction to Shazam.
Yeah. So I was just reading the article to see if it could say anything else. but yeah, it's an interesting idea. It's it has technically been done before, but it hasn't really been done that much.
Yeah. So I mean,
I still just find it weird that it's fucking Wolverine with an Infinity Stone.
Yeah, that's the thing that popped out of me too. It's like, Wolverine? Uh,
It's like when
I don't
Aaron met
know.
like when Aaron did
Yeah.
the script and he's like, "Oh, we make an interesting pair." It's like, yeah, you weren't lying. Like, what
You're
would
right.
Wolverine do with a space
Yeah.
stone? But yeah, I mean, I think that's all there is to say on that one.
Yep.
It's just an even though technically it's not really a post credit because everything's a post credit scene in comics because the credits are at the beginning of the fucking tune up.
You're right. Let him know, Mitch. Let him know.
It's a post letters page. Like let's be pedantic. So.
That's funny.
But moving on because I think you said all you need to say, didn't
Yeah. It's solicitations.
you? Yeah. DC and Marvel, February 2018.
Solicitations.
You going first or am I going?
You can go first.
Yeah. Let me just scroll back up to this
Okay.
one.
Cause I might like all set and ready.
I'm gonna start with X-Men Red, #1. Did they ever give you a date in these things? I don't know.
Sometimes.
Oh, it's $4.99. That's a lot. Christ, is this just gonna be a mini series or something?
Probably.
But it's the first arc is called the Hate Machine. Well, it's just first sensational arc, so that's gonna be a mini series. It could be two arc one. Obviously, new team, Jean Grey's back. It sounds like it's going to be her, like just readjusting to the world, as you would. She's been gone a long time. You've got Namor, Nightcrawler, Laura Kinney, X-23. Face evil threats to tear down Xavier's dream by any means necessary. So very typical X-Men stuff. I imagine it's going to feel a bit different to everything else, seeing it's Tom Taylor and the whole dynamic, especially with like fucking Namor and Wakandan on there. That's going to be an interesting dynamic to look. And we don't know who the extra person is because they don't even tease it here, which is.
Don't tease it.
Oh, that's why it's $4.99. It's 40 pages long.
Yeah. Sounds like a
So
lot.
you got. I was like, that's pushing him. But yeah, 40 pages. That makes me think it's going to be a maxi series. I don't know, unless it's going to be a one-off for that.
Yeah.
But no, I'm hyped for X-Men Red. It looks different. It sounds different, even though it sounds kind of same at the same time. But yeah, it's cool.
I got Sideways #1. Danny Dio, Justin Jordan. I still gotta say he's.
Hold on, no, that's not the Sideways creative team. What happened to Rockefeller?
He's there, art and cover, written by Danny Dio and Justin Jordan.
Oh, I was like, he's only on the covers. What a rip!
No, art and cover.
Oh.
Rockefort gonna be doing it still, and I mean, I just gotta say, the Sideways still has one of the best costumes I think I've ever seen, and
That's because it's a Spider-Man Blue Beetle.
it's a mix
Literally.
probably, but I just love that he has these little like boomerang type of things, kind of one on his forehead, one on his elbow, on his stomach, and it's like just makes it look cool. I really love his
He's got a cool design.
I love everything about this. I'm super excited for this, to be honest. Like,
Do we know his power set yet?
yeah, so during the events of Dark Nights Metal, high school junior Derek James, I love that he's still a high school student, goes to that whole Blue Beetle, Peter Parker type of stuff. He falls through a rift of the dark matter dimension. Sideways, he could create rifts in midair to leap through dimensions at will. But with that much power comes great liability. I feel like I mentioned this before, but I kind of want to mention it again because
I think we have, yeah.
It is this month, and I'm just excited because it says cracks are starting to form in the fabric of space-time continuum, and maybe he either has to stop that or is that him creating it? I don't know, but this is just great, man. I just love the way it looks. I'm very excited how of the reading the art in this, and I'm not too excited that the deal's on it, but I think with Justin Jordan, I think they'll have a good mix. So,
but it's got America Chavez's power set where you can make little dimensional rifts.
I remember I kind of had equated it to Blink, but you're probably right more in that it might be America Chavez. I don't know too much about her character.
Blink's more like she makes portals to a different location on Earth, really.
Yeah.
Like she has to see a place. It's kind of a bit like Nightcrawler. America Chavez is dimension hopping. Like she'll go from one dimension to another and she can come back.
Yeah, then it is, I guess, a little bit that way. But great, it comes out on my birthday, so I'm excited to read this.
I like how you get dates, but I don't get dates.
You don't get dates on yours?
Sort your shit out, Marvel. I want dates. Give me dates.
Yeah. So
there
you go. Next.
Doctor Strange Damnation 105. We kind of went over this bit last week. Still Donny Cates and Nick Spencer. It's Doctor Strange. He wants to bring back Vegas because they kind of realize, oh shit, we have a major American city that is a crater. So, and apparently he has all his magic back now. Because I don't know if Donny Cates is even going to address the fact that magic's all over the place. It would be an interesting idea if he does address it. So I think he can do something really quite clever with that. Just because it's Donny Cates.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, Strange assembles a team of like supernatural stuff like Iron Fist, Moon Knight, Blade. Bringing back Vegas pisses Mephisto off because Mephisto has it. And he likes Vegas. So he's like, you mess with my shit, I'm going to mess with your shit. See how you like it. Yeah. And again, $4.99, 40 pages. It's only a 5-part series. But it's Donny Cates, it would be more than fucking worth it. So check that one out.
Yeah, I mean, Donny Cates is a great writer. So, Terrific's number 1. Felt like I've mentioned this again, but I just want to bring it up because it's going to be coming out February 28th. They did kind of like push a lot of stuff like a month forward type of thing. So it's going to be, of course, the Terrifics, or it's Mr. Terrific, Metamorpho, Plastic Man, and Phantom Girl. And they're in a team of unlikely allies must rely on one another to make their way back home after kind of being stuck in the dark multiverse and stuff like that. So this is great. Like, this is going to be Jeff Lemire. Ivan Reyes is doing the art. I love Ivan Reyes' art. Jeff Lemire, great writer. So I'm excited. It even says that they're re-solicited. So yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
So I'm excited. It's kind of...
You got to give me a second on this one.
That's fine.
Because I just read something interesting that I had to Google quickly. Because my next one's Avengers, and it's the I think it's 679 to 683 because it's the 4 weeks in a month. But we kind of have a bit more of a grasp on what's going on. And in 679, we're gonna find out that it's the Challenger, who is a really obscure Marvel superhero, I believe.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I thought it was going to be the Grandmaster, not the Grandmaster, and the Universe, because apparently he's having a grudge match with the Grandmaster, and that's kind of part of this whole thing. I need to read this recitation again properly. Where is it? This is yeah. Who is the Challenger? What is at stake in his grudge match with the Grandmaster? So they're doing a lot with the Elders of the Universe at this point.
Sounds exciting.
Like, you know, it's like they're in the movies or something. Wonder Man and Beast team up. You know, they've been teaming up again. Like, something happens to Jarvis, they got to save him. And then it's a lot of Voyager stuff. You get the origin of Voyager, who is Valerie Vector, the forgotten founding Avenger, tells all. It's kind of like forgotten quotes. They're gonna kill off an Avenger, apparently. Is what they keep teasing. I don't know why. But the last solicit ends on Jarvis saying it's all a lie. So what's all a lie? Is Valerie Vector all a lie? Are they pulling off a Rebirth Manhattan situation here? Is that what they're aiming for? I'm not quite sure.
All right.
So yeah.
My next one, where is it? Dark Knight's Metal number 6. So it says all roads lead to darkness and the devastating epic conclusion. It's basically saying this is going to be an epic conclusion, and the cover is the Trinity riding a Joker dragon with fire.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's just like, what the fuck am I looking at?
I love that. It just seems so like, what?
It's just like, okay, you might have gone a bit too far in a few places.
This is something I did not expect. Like, I'm all for it, though. I'm all for it. Trinity riding a Joker dragon through the flames of hell.
I think we've seen that image before, because I recognized it, but I didn't know it was going to be.
Well, I've seen the Joker dragon already, so yeah.
Where was that show up there?
What?
The Joker dragon.
It showed up in like 2, Dark Knight's Metal 2.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
This is an advance solicit, so it's on March 14th.
Oh, because they delayed it, didn't they?
Yeah.
They delayed me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's supposed to end in February.
Yeah.
But, my next one, Captain America 698. They're putting Cap back on ice, and he's going to wake up in the future in time for 700. I don't know how to feel. No. Why? To be perfectly honest.
Same.
So yeah, he's going to be in the future. That's all I really know. Yeah.
So for mine, it is gonna be Green Lantern Earth 1, Volume 1, hardcover. So it comes out in advanced solicited. So this is March 14th. A lot of advanced solicited and resolicited. So it's a weird way. It's a weird thing, but just really excited because for this one, it is of course doing the Earth 1 retelling of Green Lantern, and he's gonna be an astronaut. And he's going out there. This all has the makings of just being really great, and I'm excited. This is the one I've really been excited for Earth 1, and I just hope they continue this series of reimagining of the Justice League characters. I'm waiting for a Shazam version.
I wouldn't hold your breath.
Maybe in 10 years or something. One day.
I mean, Bendis can pump out shit quickly. You might get in a couple of months.
I don't know if I want Bendis doing Shazam.
Bendis could do a really fast.
But this is Earth 1, and this is.
Yeah, I mean, if
this is gonna be like separate on its own type of thing. I'm all for him doing a Shazam in continuity, but Earth 1 is like it's special to me. I don't know like.
I mean, sure, if it's different Earth, then yeah, I guess someone else do it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that one.
Sweet. The Mighty Thor 704, The Death of the Mighty Thor Part 5, because this is going on for a long while. Essentially, Aaron's doing Ragnarok, really, because he's kind of saying like Mangog's destroying Asgardia, Odin and Thor, or Odin's son, are having to stand up against it alone because Jane's not there. Because apparently the cancer's took a turn for the worst, which she's been kind of teasing anyway. Obviously, it's the Death of the Mighty Thor. It was going to have to. So yeah, it says the Death of the Mighty Thor is coming. Will the world survive it? It's like, well, she's going to survive. She's in Avengers No Surrender. Which, admittedly, we don't know if Jane Foster survives or what. I imagine the Thor holding the hammer is going to live on. The Jane Foster's not. So yeah. Either way, I'm probably gonna cry. So,
and
was that my last one?
Think so. Yeah. And this is gonna be my last one, and it's gonna be talking about Doomsday Clock number 4. Now, I can't, iffy. I don't know if I want to. I mean, it is spoiling, I guess, right?
What's it spoiling?
Because like this Doomsday Clock number 4 in the cover show Rorschach with explosion and these pancakes. That I have no idea what that means. So, but in the actual kind of, it comes out February 28th, Doomsday Clock number 4. But in the actual solicitation, the synopsis says the series you thought you never see reaches its 4th issue. Blah, 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 the aftermath of Ozymandias' actions and how they reach into even the darkest corners of the DC universe. So something big is gonna happen. He's gonna be doing something big. We already kind of get a hint of what he might be doing in Doomsday Clock number 1.
Yeah.
That's really kind of it. They're still trying to like make sure they keep it a mystery for people in a way.
I mean, they've got this every month, so they kind of have to keep everything under wraps.
Yeah. So was that the last one for you?
I think it was.
I think it was too. I don't.
Thor, Cap, Avengers, X-Men Red, Doctor Strange. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you know what time it is.
Onto the comics of the week. Yep. For what was the date?
November 22nd.
22nd. Yes, I knew I'd forget that. I don't know why I forgot.
It was actually in Doomsday Clock.
Yeah, it's like it's the Watchmen Day. But yeah, we're only going to talk about 2 this week.
But these 2 are the best this week.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something.
I got super excited because like I just love these 2 issues that we both read.
I mean, I loved a pair of them as well. But I just want to quickly shout out to the new Paul Jenkins book over at Image.
Yeah, go ahead.
The guy who, God Complex. It's based off a toy line, but it's really fucking good. If you like Ghost in the Shell mixed with like Greek gods, or like, it's kind of Greek gods. Like,
is it Image?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a technological version of it. So if you think of like the Ghost in the Shell, like the Matrix kind of thing, mixed in with like the Greek pantheon, and I think they're going to introduce the other like pantheons, like the Romans and all the other ones, the North.
That art looks sick.
It is incredible. Like just the designs of it alone is like, this is insane.
All right,
it looks it's it's obviously Japanese because it looks Japanese.
Yeah, Paul Jenkins. If you out there and you're listening somehow, Mitch is giving you a rousing kind of
It's
like everybody should go get it, and I'm definitely gonna go because I know I saw you talk about it on Twitter.
2 issues in.
Yeah,
Issue 2 came out this week. It's very much like a crime story. Like this guy loses his partner. Blah 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 blah.
People, have we proved you wrong? Like we told you, Donny Cates, God Country, now Donny Cates is doing Thanos and Doctor Strange. Like, come on, when we tell you a comic out there or a writer or artist that you should definitely go check out, because you never know, they might be in some of your favorite books in the near future.
Like, and it's just different. Like, it just feels like they have like the Greek fates, and they're like all wires. It looks really cool.
Just that art captured me.
Yeah, like it looks Japanesey, but it's very westernized. It looks really fucking good.
I'm down with it.
But to start this off proper, Thanos by Donny Cates. It's number 13. It's Thanos Wins Part 1, and holy fuck.
Yeah, so
this was something great. This was fucking nuts. But he really played on how he described stuff. Like in God Country, he was really good at how he described stuff. And like the whole Thanos on the Chitauri Prime and like the blood like snow or the red snow, whatever they called it. Yeah. And then like the Cosmic Ghost Rider, who he kind of teases it's someone we know, but it might not necessarily be someone we know. It doesn't really matter right now. It's kind of like, okay, I see what you'd like. You're doing something. Like, if it's not someone we know, I'll be surprised.
Yeah.
I doubt it's going to be like a Danny Ketch or Johnny Blaze. But
I'll be honest, I did not expect like how it was going to go around, and I just loved, I like a Thanos / Darkseid. I just really love those characters, and Donny Cates is doing it justice. Like,
oh yeah, like it's weird because it doesn't feel like it's that different to what Lemire was doing with like the whole God Quarry stuff. But it feels like a nice continuation from that. But at the same time, it doesn't feel like what Lemire was doing. It feels like a Donny Cates book.
Yeah, like
if that makes sense.
It had like a little intersection real quick.
Yeah, it's a bit like Ragnarok. Like, it fits in the overarching MCU, but it's got that Waititi flavour on it. And like, it's just a whole like this puts Thanos back in that Mad Titan bit. Where like the blood snow melts and it's now blood rain. He's just like, I rub my face with the blood rain.
That one panel, right? Whoever is the artist, because I can't tell at the moment, but whoever did that, with the rain coming on Thanos' mouth and his like glove right there, it's like perfect.
It's so good.
It was perfect.
Like, and just like the design of the Ghost Rider, where he has that like little Tesla coil globe thing on the front, and it's just like, what the hell?
I really love this Ghost Rider. He was very just straightforward.
Very quippy as well, but it's not like herber quippy.
Yeah,
it's just like, look, I ain't got time. I just come on. Like, you're not gonna.
So you know more of Marvel Comics than me. So when he says he is the black right hand of the final king, and it says in the last title doesn't mean much to you. Worry not, it will soon mean a great deal. That's Donny Cates saying, "I'll tell you later, but right now, just know this." But what does that mean?
Well.
Who's the final king?
Let's skip to the end of the issue, shall we?
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what he's meaning by that. Thanos wins. Thanos is king at the end of this.
Which surprised the heck out of me. I did not expect that until I saw the glove like come out. I was like, wait, is that him? Yeah. What?
So when he's reaching for the little shard of the Time Stone, which, spoilers, the Infinity Stones aren't going to survive for a long time, I look at things.
Yeah.
Like, it's not working as good as it should. It needs a good charge.
She's crazy to think about.
Yeah, no. I mean, admittedly, like, Hickman destroyed the Time Stone and every other one of them. So
wait, is he sitting in the mouth of Galactus?
Yep.
That is epic, bro.
He's won. He's won everything. Like, he's beaten everyone. He's got nothing else.
I didn't even notice he was sitting in the mouth of Galactus.
Well, if you look at the cover of the issue,
is it?
His throne is on the top of the head of Galactus.
Gosh, how did I not notice that? I just read through it straight. I just didn't notice it.
But yeah, it seems like this is going to be jumping around the times. Because there's a cover for this, and it's fucking batshit crazy. Like, it's just Thanos' hand, and then you see, like, Galactus looking like Cable. like where he's got like the big straps, shoulder pads, and a massive gun. It's just like, what the fuck am I even looking at? So it's
Wait, are you talking
absolutely
about the
insane.
very end?
No, like a future cover for this series.
No, okay. Was
It's
wondering.
gonna have like a time traveling
Yeah,
Galactus by the look of it. It's just like this is just gonna be crazy.
this is gonna be an epic story, and like Thanos can't do anything against Ghost Rider, which is like a future Ghost Rider.
But she kind of shouldn't be able to. Like Ghost Rider should be that strong, but
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like he isn't able to do anything until Ghost Rider lets loose, and then
yeah.
Thanos realizes like, oh, I win in the end. Like I wonder what that's. I wonder if he's gonna want to beat himself up, basically. Like no
I
one.
mean it's Thanos. That's probably what's gonna happen.
He's like no one
Because
can have the universe
he did
besides me.
exactly that. He did exactly that in the Infinity Gauntlet tie-in for Secret Wars.
Ah, okay.
Like he was after the stones with the Nova Corps, and then he saw himself after the Time Stone, and the past self killed the self that we were following, and then took his stones. That he had more stones, and then it just kept going like that. It's like what the really confusing stuff.
Yeah,
But like he looks cool as well. Like has all
I
the
agree.
pointy fur and like the little white. Well, I say little white beard, the big white beard. It's just like he looks cool,
I agree.
and like it's just like so. Of course, Thanos would. Like it's his entire purpose as a character, is just to beat everyone.
Yeah, this was a great just issue all around. Art, the writing of how the narration was going, everything Thanos said. Like I was like, Donnie's getting it. I just can't wait to see what happens next. To be honest,
Yeah, I don't. I have no idea where he's gonna take it at all.
I mean, he says next issue, the past, the future, and what lies beyond, and it looks like he's gonna fight his future self for a moment.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would not be
Plus
surprised.
a buddy friendship question mark like between Ghost Rider and Thanos. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, I would read a solo of those two
That
because
sounds funny.
they have to come together because the Ghost Rider's working for Thanos at the end.
Yeah.
So it's one of those where it's like the outcome, like the end's not the point of the journey. It's the
It's the
journey.
journey. Yeah.
It's the journey. It's not the destination. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. I mean, I totally get what you're saying. And then there's the little stuff at the very end that tells you like how Thanos came to be.
Yeah, it's the little primer pages. Yeah.
Yeah.
And where he shanks his mum for the name of science. It's just like, oh god.
Man, I really hope they. I'm pretty sure they will, but they'll do. I hope Thanos has done super justice in Avengers. Like,
I think you are. I don't think you'll get this sort of a Thanos. You'll very much get like the Jim Starlin
which I'm
Thanos.
okay with.
I mean, yeah, like it's as long as they don't kill him off. I think that would be the
Yeah,
biggest
that
thing.
you can't kill off Thanos.
Which I think they will. Just because I think for movie's sake, you might have to.
That's true because movies like it's that whole thing. That's what I never really like. I
But
mean, that's a whole different discussion.
yeah, but at the same time, if they keep him alive, it'll just be like, give me a solo Thanos movie right now.
Oh, same man, same.
Please, just do it. Fuck it, why not? Dip your toe in the villain.
Just do one. Just give me one. That's all
Yeah.
I need. Cause since you can't do like you legit can't do a series about him because it's way too much money.
You could
Maybe you could
possibly
get away with it.
practically affect it. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
You'd have to have Brolin for it. But,
Oh, definitely. So
but yeah, I think like we've kind of deviated from the actual book itself because
no,
it got.
I mean, it was just great all around. Donny Cates like did a great job again. I haven't read Rednecks from him, but I'm still excited to read that.
I'll say Rednecks and Baby Teeth are two.
Yeah.
Like I've kind of looked at. I've just never. I'm not that big of a horror book fan. Like it's very hard for me to get into that stuff. So
All right.
apparently it's really fucking good. So
All right. To the last comic,
to the big one that
Doomsday Clock number one.
everyone's spoken about. Everyone already knows. But now it's our time. So fuck you.
Doomsday Clock number one. I honestly,
It's finally here.
yeah, Gary Frank's art always makes me like get creeped out from the characters. Like there's so many moments where like it looks like each character is just going like crazy or something.
He's really good at expressions.
Oh yeah, it's just like oh my gosh. But other than that, I think there's not really a bad thing about this issue for me personally. Some would say nothing really happened. I would say there's a lot happened, just not a lot like physical stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of that situation like where it's in the Humans in the Justice League thing, where it's like there something has happened, but not a lot happens to get there.
Yeah, so
But not in a negative way for this, because this is actually well written and there is a driving thing. This is more of an introduction, but it does take you from A to B with not much happening.
I definitely love the way that he writes, or Jeff Johns writes Rorschach, and we like this is a different Rorschach. That's one of the things that like people are like, oh, is Rorschach back? Is he alive? Da, da, da. Pretty sure not. This is probably a different guy, just in the Rorschach costume.
He's black.
Yeah.
Rorschach wasn't black; he was white.
No, and also they make it a whole point, like, and people are saying, "Oh, nothing happened." Like, pretty sure everybody thought Rorschach was alive, and him still being dead kind of is something happening. That means somebody else took up the mantle.
Yeah, well, there was the theory that he was like Manhattan brought him back. There was the theory that it was the guy who had Rorschach's journal at the end of Watchmen. I think that was the third one, but I can't remember what it was at this point in time.
But I definitely love the way Rorschach is written because it's kind of like a weird.
I was gonna say I've read Watchmen once, and it's since I've actually said I haven't read it. Did Rorschach speak like that before?
I'm hard remembering too, but I don't think exactly.
I don't remember it being like that because I found it not awkward to read. It kind of took me out at first.
Really?
Because I was like, this doesn't make sense. Then it's like, hold on, he's doing it constantly.
Yeah, like, to me, it comes off of like not fully formed in a way. His sentences.
Yeah. But I think that's clearly the point because obviously it's all like that, and it's the only time it is like that. Yeah. But I just don't remember like it actually being like that in the book. And then like I was trying to read it as Rorschach would say it in the movie. And it's kind of like I could see it being like that, but I'm not sure if that was just a movie thing or if that was a book thing because I got like a mind like a sieve.
I need to remember. But other than that, like I really dug everything about this new Rorschach, and how many pages was it? I think it was like the first 6 pages where it was kind of giving you the backstory of that the world is going at it like everything's going crazy, like there's about to be. I think it all is kind of in a span of a couple hours, right? Because they say that there's 4 hours till the EU invades Poland, and
no, it was they gave Russia 4 hours to get out of the EU.
Yeah,
and they weren't doing it.
And then
I'm not sure. Like the sense of time in this wasn't clear, especially with Rorschach, where it's like, oh, we got 37. Oh no, wait, it could be 3. And it's like
I think it's supposed to be ambiguous because he doesn't even know what he's.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I assume that was the point. Though it's just kind of like.
And North Korea's gonna attack Texas. Apparently, it looks like I'm dead.
It's like you can tell Jeff Johns wrote this after the election.
Well, yeah, I mean, we said that when the previews came out, right? Of the whole the president playing golf.
It's just like, hundreds of Mexicans break down the wall and they're now pouring.
In North Korea, like wanting to go against us, and some stuff
they
with
can
the
now
EU.
reach Texas with missiles.
So stuff like that. Like,
all that.
I mean, Loki glad he wrote it out there because, like, to me, it adds more weight to like the whole world going crazy.
It separates the Watchmen universe from the DC.
Yeah,
because the Watchmen are supposed to be the grounded, the more realistic ones, whereas the main like DC universe is the more fantastical, big, bright, happy one.
Because this is definitely not right after, but the sequel to Watchmen.
It's 100% the sequel to
this is
Watchmen.
this is after what happens at the end of Watchmen. And you even see Ozymandias who appears. He's like, I'm dying of cancer. We're trying to find God, which is actually, that's only what Rorschach says, but Dr. Manhattan. But the thing I love about this is like, Rorschach, he says, don't remember, was it left or right? And then he says, they all fight, and he says, all right, that's right.
Yeah,
there's something about that I just really loved.
It's that strange logic leap.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like, oh, I said this, it's triggered something in my head just that way.
Yeah, it sounds like me, actually, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, it's 100%.
No wonder I really like it.
Yeah.
But there's like also this one panel where it's Rorschach and the two new characters, and it's like, do not pitch up hitchhikers and sign in the back of them. Yeah. So it's almost like perfect like shots for panels. And how did you feel about these two new characters? And I love the silent one, like the mime guy.
Oh, Marcus.
Yeah.
Marcus. Yeah, I think they're going to do something interesting with him.
I
But at the same time, I don't know if they're going to do that with Ozymandias because they kind of allude to the same thing for both of them.
yeah.
But
Honestly, I literally laughed out loud when he went to go pick up his weapons. Or like, there's nothing in there, and then
it's just invisible stuff.
yeah, it's so great.
It's like, don't point an imaginary gun at me. Just
Yeah.
like, please, just fire the gun. Just do something with it, just to show that it actually is there.
I'm gonna be. I'm pretty sure it's actually like real.
I hope it is.
I think it is. I think
Yeah.
stuff like that is. Of course, yeah, we saw Ozymandias in here, and they're working together. They need the lady to find Dr. Manhattan. She's trying to find her kid because they have him held hostage. And look, man, like something is going crazy with Ozymandias because he can like sense something. I feel right
You can sense something.
because he keeps like he said laughing until it hurts.
Oh yeah, that's his brain tumor.
Yeah,
This is
but
kind
I don't know. To me, it kind of felt like he was sensing something.
this is the thing, right? There's a cover. I think it's for the second issue. It's got the Joker on it,
Yeah,
and the Joker's holding the Ozymandias mirror.
yeah.
Now, there's two things. One, Ozymandias, like him laughing until it hurts. Is he becoming a Joker?
That's what I always thought. That's what I thought. I was like, is he becoming
But-
the Joker?
At the same time, Marcos,
Yeah.
he bites that guy's tongue off or whatever he does, and he's got blood in his face. He looks exactly the same as that Joker.
Yeah, it's trying to throw us off for sure.
So, is either one of them going to become a Joker?
A little, I don't know yet, but I'm all for
Because
it.
that's kind of to me what they're going towards.
One of them's gonna become the Joker.
Yeah, or something like that. You don't have that cover for no reason.
Yeah.
You don't go, this will be a cool cover, and
So-
then allude to it with two characters. Like
So-
you just don't.
As we said though, like I said, there's still a lot of stuff underneath that happened, and a lot. Yeah, there isn't technically a lot of action per se of like they just Rorschach
No,
was.
it's a very Watchmen-y book.
Yeah.
It's very slow, very methodical.
The whole story is basically Rorschach goes to prison, gets out the people, goes tells him Diaz, and now the Superman stuff at the very end.
It's just set up issue.
Yeah, but how do you feel about the Superman stuff at the end though?
What was that, sorry?
So the Superman stuff. So let's kind of go into that. The Superman stuff at the end, where it goes into Superman now, and you see him. He's asleep, or actually, right before the Superman stuff comes out, they ask Dr. Manhattan. No one's seen him in years. Yes, I know. And then Dr. Manhattan from the end of Watchmen. I'm leaving this galaxy for one less complicated. Ozymandias, we need to find John wherever he's retreated to, and then it shows the DC universe.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Because obviously he's here because we know he's on Mars.
yeah. And that weird thing, I kind of got weirded out that they die from a crash, because that's kind of a retcon.
Well, because that's the New 52 origin, isn't it?
It's true, but it's like also
Which is also what happened to John's parents.
you're right. That is
So-
you're right. Man, this is everything just like about that last Superman thing really gave me chills. Cause
It's cheesy as fuck, where it's like, I never have nightmares. I've never had one.
I don't know. To me,
It's
that
like-
gave me a chill. Like, wait, what?
It's
Like,
the-
yeah, I never actually thought about like Superman having a
I
nightmare.
mean, that's what I was gonna get to that eventually. It's kind of like you also have that like, it's actually quite a subtle genius thing. Like, why would he ever have a nightmare?
But you're right. He kind of like jumps up, like
Yeah.
as a little cheesy
It's
thing.
like, it's like, oh my god, I don't have nightmares, Lois. It's like, okay, like cut, like John's. We get it. You like a cheesy Superman.
So,
like,
but something that I think is very underrated is there is a book on a panel next to the picture of Ma Paquette, and that book is actually it's about controversy of characters who speak of a rejection of free will.
Huh.
So there's something underrated. There's more to it. That's what I'm saying.
I have not heard anyone pick up on that.
Yeah, I looked it up. I know I saw it right.
To be honest, I looked at that and I was like, that book's gonna mean something.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, and I was like, it has to be a real book, probably, right? And I looked it up, and yeah, it's a real book, Walden To You by B.F. Skinner, where its characters speak of rejection of free will, including rejection of the proposition that human behavior is controlled by non-corporeal entities such as spirit or soul.
So there you go. That's what this entire thing's gonna be about. You have your entire basis.
Superman's gonna say there is free will, and Dark Man's gonna say there isn't. I control everything.
Which, to be fair, is exactly what he does in Watchmen, so that makes sense. Yeah. You know, he's kind of like him going, well, look, your parents died. I did that. Yeah. Like you don't. They didn't have a choice. Like,
yeah, I did.
Caused that. Like they weren't supposed to, but I caused it to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting concept.
I mean, I definitely agree because
going to be. I feel like the last issue is going to be very fucking wordy.
Plus, there is like a quote. I hope they end each issue with a quote from something, where it says like he meets. There's an Ozymandias quote and stuff like that. So, I hope each issue does that, and I think each issue is going to have the clock go forward. I was going to
say again, isn't that another Watchmen thing?
Yeah.
That's what actually ended up.
I mean, this hot take here, it's not really a hot take. I still think this is going to be a series like this 12 issue and a hardcover. I think it's going to be something to look back on as like, I think this is going to be like a moment in time type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think for like good or bad, it's going to be that.
That's true. I hope it's in the good side.
It's either going to succeed spectacularly or it's going to fucking fail spectacularly. It's not going to be in the middle.
I love that you bring up that you haven't really heard anybody bring up the book Walden To You, that it meant something, like it probably goes to the overarching story. Like, I think just something like that clearly shows that there is a lot of effort put into this, right?
Oh, 100%. He knows what he... Yeah. Like, Johns has the idea of what he wants it to be. I suppose he always kind of said, or he's alluded to that was what this was going to be. I just never really expected it to be that much.
I low-key want to read the book now that they put, because I like reading books and anything around that. So I kind of would want to check it out now just to see, like, I wonder if he's actually read it, or is he looked it up, he saw that, he's like, hey, we'll put that here.
I mean, I imagine he's read it.
I imagine he's read it too. You don't just drop a book out of random, I think, right?
No.
Yeah.
But also, like, even like after all that, like the paper clippings, there's going to be some stuff in there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because that even that's what I've always said about comics. Where I feel like everything, little details should matter. That's how you make like an amazing comic.
Plus, because it's Rorschach's show, isn't it? It's got the Joe's menu, and that's where he was at the start.
Yeah.
So there's obviously going to be something in there alluding to the two. I reckon to the two new characters.
And it's monthly. I can't. I won't be able to hold on. I'm too into this. Like, this is already up. Like, to me, this is better than Metal already. Like, I don't know. There's just so much into it that I really loved about this issue. From Rorschach to the new characters that we get introduced, how, like, funny they were to me, even though they were not necessarily supposed to be funny, I guess. Like, they're, like, dry humor kind of funny, maybe.
I mean, yeah, they are very dry. So, and, like, the whole... The gun thing is very, like... It's a bit tongue-in-cheek. Where it's like, he's a mime with an invisible gun, of course he is. That's what they do.
Just let's not ask Alan Moore what he thinks about this. He'll probably sit on it.
He's too busy like being a wizard. So
yeah. So I think that's anything else we want to mention about Doomsday Clock. I just really loved it. I don't know. I know I talked mostly about it. It feels like I kind of like it more than you because you're kind of.
Oh no! I was just listening to what you were saying. Like it's I'm really cautious with it. Like I said on Twitter, if you saw it, like. It's a case by case basis. Yeah. I'm gonna take this with. I said that like Yoda. I said it backwards. I'm gonna take this on a case by case basis.
Yeah.
Because it is a house of cards.
I get it. I think we're pretty much done for the day. I'm gonna be headed back to finish Runaways.
I am gonna start the Runaway.
Very good. I would say I very much enjoy it so far. So
sweet.
Yeah,
so I've heard nothing but good things about it. Also, Old Lace looks really good from the picture I saw. So thumbs up from me.